In this video, we're going to discuss various types of errors that we may encounter while programming in Java. Our handout is called Exceptions, Console Input Validation, and Handling Errors. Exceptions are Java objects that encapsulate information about errors that occur while Java program is executing. This allows to catch errors at runtime and allow part of the program deal with errors in a predictable way. That is, we can prevent program from crashing and possibly recover from an error condition to continue running normally. So there are generally three different types of errors that may occur in Java programming. Syntax errors are also known as compile time errors. They simply violate Java syntax rules, or sometimes Java may require certain statements to be present in our code, like exception handler, and that simply prevents program from being built correctly. So we have to fix syntax errors because otherwise we're not able to build the program correctly. The next category of errors is an error that more or less consistently happens at runtime. The syntax of the program is okay, so we were able to create the program, but at this stage the errors begin to throw exception objects. Remember, exception objects are Java objects that encapsulate information about error. And in case if we do not handle exception properly, the default behavior of the application is to simply stop the execution. Java Virtual Machine will throw program out of memory and stop its execution. So to prevent this abnormal type of crash, we can handle exception and be able to recover from such condition. And the third category of an error is a logic error that makes the code to produce some kind of wrong result. It can be consistent or inconsistent. It could happen under certain circumstances. In general, this is the most difficult situation to deal with because you really have to find out a lot about the situation where the logic error occurs. And a typical example of such bad result could be a wrong formula to convert inches to centimeters, for example. So there is an example of Mars Climate Orbiter spacecraft crash on Mars, and it happened in 1999. So in essence, JPL used the metric system of millimeters and meters in its calculations, while Lockheed Martin basically used the imperial system of inches, feet, and pounds. So as a result, engineers mistook acceleration readings measured in English units of pound-seconds for a metric measure of force called Newton seconds. So that obviously was a really bad mistake in the design. And of course, this is a classic example of the logic error in the software code. I would like to create a new project to make some code demonstrations for the topics related to errors, error handling, and exception handling. And of course, the first thing that I do in my NetBeans environment is to close previous projects if I have any of them open. So just right-click on the project name and click Close. After that, just let's go ahead and create a new project. New project. Java with Ant is fine. Java application. Let's use the name week 7 for the name of the project, and I will create a main class. I will let the project wizard to generate class name main app, so that makes it easy for me to recognize this class in my overall project. So this is main app. For now, to save space, I will remove the comments that were generated here because we're going to need some space for the code. So this is our main method, which is the main entry point into the program. It has been already set up as the main class right here. I want to remind you that when this program is built and loaded into Java Virtual Machine to execute, so this program is loaded in computer memory, so this is like memory used by our program. Part of this program is this main method. So somewhere in this program we have this compiled main method, and it's declared as a static method, which means that in Java from classes we can create objects, but this method main does not require presence of any object. So basically Java Virtual Machine, JVM, is capable of invoke this method directly, and this is the meaning of the static keyword. Today we're going to use the static keyword quite a bit because we're going to experiment with different types of methods that handle errors, and so we need some space to work with. So to begin with, because main is static method and we're not ready to create new objects, for now we'll be creating multiple static methods, and if we have more static methods in our code, right, so if we add additional static methods to our code, the main method can call these methods, and these methods can call themselves without any restriction. So this allows to write code in these static methods like this, like this, like this, without instantiation, creation of new objects. So just a reminder that this is the meaning of the static keyword, which basically means no objects are required to exist in our program in order to be able to execute some code. So this is why the main method has the special designation with this static keyword.